Ooh, welcome back everybody. We just are prepped and ready to finish Old Yarnum. So remember to come out from the lantern and we're going to take that shortcut we just opened. Requires us to drop down several stories. No big deal. And then in our new open gate here. Remember there's a beast patient to the right here, but you can ignore him. He won't come out. However, this one is obviously in your way. Now, of course, you can sneak up behind him if you want, but they're easy. So we do have a few more enemies we have to fight before we get there. And a few more items to collect. There's actually a secret enemy right here waiting to ambush you through the fog. You see, you can lock onto him, and there you hear him screaming. And he's got his back turned, so you can actually get a quick backstab. And then he has empowered a Scourge Beast on the other side of this building, so be careful as you round the corner. You can ignore it altogether if you want. If you get lucky, usually he's right there. But I like to take care of him, just in case. We also have a Scurrying Nightmare coming up. But first, an item on the right. And now go ahead and sprint and look kinda to the right. Yep, there he is. Now luckily they stop a little bit before they fade away, which usually gives you the chance to catch up. Alright. And now that door right there leads to the boss. And we have a summons on our right. I think our first one, if memory serves. But before I activate him, I like to get rid of an enemy that he'll get drawn to. And there's also an item behind this rock on your left. Some dew, and over here you can kind of lock on. You can kind of see him. There he is. There's a hooded beast patient, so let's go ahead and take care of him. Ooh, and he dropped a gemstone. There's actually like at least one or two more of those hooded beast patients just hanging around here. Yeah, there's one right there. And there's an item behind this bonfire on the right if you're facing the boss area. Oop. I believe that's the last beast patient. Okay. So let's summon Alfred, which requires 1 insight to help us with this boss fight. Now, a word about NPC summons. Not every boss has them, obviously. The first 2 didn't. Some have more than 1, but for every NPC you summon, it increases the boss's maximum health by a certain amount. I'm not sure what that exact number is. But so keep that in mind, because there are some bosses where you have an option of 2 or maybe even 3 NPC summons. But it's actually best to just stick with the 1, because once you get to 2 or 3, the boss's health goes so high that it makes it not worth it anymore. Really, the NPC summons are best used as just a distraction. So having multiple of them doesn't really add much. You just need the 1 to act as that distraction. You don't need a bunch. Now some of them, some of the bosses, it'll be worth it to get that second summons. Before we walk through though, in fact you can see the blood-starved beast at the very end of that hallway. Let's do a little bit of prep work. We need to have our saw cleaver, and we want to equip all of the Gascoigne armor set. It has higher slow poison resistance, and this boss inflicts slow poison. So equip all of Gascoigne's armor. This is also why we bothered to get it from the Insight Bath Messenger. Make sure you, on the topic of poison, make sure you got your antidote equipped. Also, oil urns and Molotovs if you want to go that route. I tend not to do that for this boss just because he's a lot smaller than the Cleric Beast and moves a lot faster, so it's much more difficult to hit him with Molotovs. Fire paper, though, you're definitely going to want. It applies fire to your right-hand weapon. And this being a beast, it's weak to fire and it's weak to serration. This is serrated. This gives it fire, so perfect. I'm trying to think, is there anything else we want? Oh, and equip the Bone Marrow Ash, which I'll explain that in a second. And you can get rid of the Pebble if you want to decrease the number of items you have to cycle through to get to everything. In fact, let's go ahead and remove all of those. So that way we just have the Bone Marrow Ash, the Fire Paper, and the Antidote. Lastly, in place of the Hunter Torch, I like to equip my +3 Flame Sprayer, which you should have upgraded last time. And go ahead and switch to it. So what this does is it acts like a flamethrower. And the longer you hold it on the enemy, the more damage it does. It's like a multiplicative effect. And it uses Quicksilver bullets. It's like 1 per second, I think. And if you read the description for the Bone Marrow Ash, you like pull it up. It strengthens Quicksilver bullets. So, the way this works is you can use your Bone Marrow Ash, which will power up the Flame Sprayer, since it's weak to fire, and then you just hold down the left trigger, and it'll continuously do damage to the Bloodstarved Beast. It's very good. And the Bone Marrow Ash effect lasts for as long as you're damaging it. So the minute it dashes out of range, or the minute you let up off of the trigger, then you have to reset your Bone Marrow Ash. And that's basically gonna be the main strategy. And then when we run out of Quicksilver bullets, you'll switch over to Fire Paper and use that to finish it off. And you can feel free, if you want, in fact I'm gonna do it, to hit up on the D-pad to give yourself an extra 5 Quicksilver bullets. And if you want to go ahead and also hit triangle to heal yourself, because that takes life to do, that'll extend the length of my Flame Sprayer here. So on to the boss itself. Like I said, it deals poison with every hit it takes. It's got 3 phases. The first one is just normal, has a bunch of arm swings. It really just does swings with its front claws. This is really all it does. The biggest one to watch out for is it'll get back on its hind legs and try to kind of lunge at you and bite you, or grab you and bite you. And then phase 2, it's just screams and it gets a little bit faster, a little bit more aggressive, and deals a little bit more poison with each hit. Phase 3 is the one to watch out for, because then it starts emanating a poison aura around itself. So even when you get close to it, you'll just naturally start to get poison build up. So make sure you're watching that poison meter and being quick with the antidote if you need to. It's very easy for you to forget and have the poison kill you. As for the strategy, this boss is actually not too difficult. I think it's actually easier than the previous 2. Now, you might have different experiences here, but what really kind of got me to beat, what's the word I'm looking for, really get into the groove with this boss, is when I learned that all of its attacks are forward facing. So if you just stick right in its melee range and stick to its sides, kind of by its hind legs, or completely behind it, then it's very hard for this boss to hit you at all. So just stick to the side, stick to the back, hold down the Flame Sprayer, let Albert back here take all the heat. When you run out of bullets, switch to the Fire Paper, activate that, and finish it off. That's going to be our strategy. Apart from that, we just want to keep Bone Marrow Ash up and make sure you're watching that poison build up. Also, since Albert stays in the back, I like to get its attention and then kind of back up so that Albert can catch up. There he is. Right, and now we'll just wait for this thing with its flayed open back, it's disgusting, to sally forth. And then Albert usually gets its attention. Nope. Forgot the bone marrow ash. There we go. So that's the bite that you want to watch out for. Alright, let's reset the bone marrow ash. Ow. Just dodge away if it gets close. If it has your attention, then kind of pause a little bit, let Albert get it back. I'm gonna reset my bone marrow ash and really pump into it. Yeah, that does lots of damage. Alright, now we're out. So let's go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and use my antidote just in case and heal up. And then I will use the fire paper. Ow. And I'm gonna stick to the side of it. Might as well use another antidote. Oh, well, Albert just died. It has this lunge attack that sends it way, way, way away from you and can sometimes lose your lock-on, so make sure you're quick with getting the lock-on back. So not to, yeah, do that. Just, again, yeah, see how, like, you just stick to the side, and there, it's dead. Antidote. And you get the Thumaru Chalice and a trophy. 2 trophies. So let's light our lamp, and there's one item to get before we head back. In the back of this, we get some antidote. And let's return to Hunter's Dream. We can go ahead and switch back to our pistols, switch the flame sprayer back to the hunter torch. Put back on the hunter attire. That's our best, like, physical defense at the moment. Go ahead and put back on at least the pebble. In fact, we can get rid of that other stuff if you want. And you can get rid of the antidote. So here, let's change all this up, right? Let's have oil urn, and then Molotov, and then pebble, and then fire paper. Just in case. Let's see if there's anything we can sell. Don't think so. You always want to keep your antidote. Don't think I've gotten any. Nope. We'll sell some of these shortly. I don't think we can upgrade anything. Nope. Nothing we want to use anyway. Do I need to repair anything? Nope. Did I get any better blood gems? Again, I'm looking for the number to turn blue. Nope. Alright. Anytime Garamond's here, talk to him. He'll give you some more story. You can also do the same thing with the doll from time to time.
Welcome. What is it?
You can talk to her. And she gives you some story. And then let me also use my cold blood dew.
Welcome. What is it?
And take a look at how we want to level up. Let's see here. We're at level 28. So that is here. So we need an arcane and a vitality. Yep.
Farewell. good hunter. May you.
Alright, and we're officially done with Old Yarnum forever. Huzzah. Well, that's not strictly true. There's one part where we're gonna have to walk through Old Yarnum. So, then we need to travel back to the Cathedral Ward, and we're gonna finish that area on the next episode. So until then, stay safe.